Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. But this review is the 1000th review. Bloody hell, I've drank some beer. It's been joyous. Today's review, it's got to be the king, hasn't it? The king. And how iconic a name for probably the best beer on sale in Britain. At least in supermarkets anyway. Whether it's the best beer altogether, well, you know, there's thousands of beers these days. You know, you can only review so many. But at least the best beer that's widely available to purchase. Because a lot of beers, you don't see them unless you go on certain websites. And I'm being honest, I can't afford to go buying crates of beer just to get a one review credit, and then I've got 11 or 12 bottles that I'm not gonna, you know, I'll drink obviously, but you know, you don't really want 12. So here's the thing, supermarket beer sellers sell mixed kits with everything you've got, even if it's pricey, because I'll tell you now, beer reviewers will want to try them all. And beer connoisseurs will want to try them all to get that one beer that, you know, that's worth buying a case for. So I would say it's, in this light, it's mahogany in colour, with a white head. Obviously it's 6.6%, unless it's changed. No, 6.6. And came out when I was at Sainsbury's. It came out, I'm sure it came out in about 2013. That's when it appeared in the supermarkets, because it certainly wasn't out at the start of my tenure. But yeah, it came out sometime then, and it's a beer that when it came out I thought, oh, gotta try that. And we all did. Everybody who works at Sainsbury's who loved the beers, it was like, God, look at that. And everyone was buying it, and everyone had the same opinion that it was a very good beer. So now I've got some cooking on the bloody cooker, so it's spoiling my aroma. But malty, dried fruit aroma, chocolatey, bit of coffee. It is one of them beers that's got a lot going for it, and I'm glad to say it's a beer that you can actually smell what you're supposed to be smelling. So a lot of beers, oh, it's got this, and you smell it and you think, I can't smell any of that, you know, and it's disappointing. Straight away, all those things I said in the taste are there in the aroma, rather, or there in the taste. It's like going out with your best mate, you know, reliving the good old days. And even though 6.6 isn't that strong in this day and age, I mean, with the amount of beers on sale these days, but it's a nice strength. It's a strength that appeals to the masses rather than, you know, those, because a lot of people don't like strong beer, but a lot of people who do like strong beer don't want to go too low down. This, like I've said in a lot of my reviews, it's in the sweet zone where it appeals to a lot of people. It tastes damn good as well. This has complexities in both the flavour and the aroma that you just don't get in a lot of beers. One similar beer to this, probably my number 2 or 3 beer, is Sadler's Christmas Pudding Stout. Another absolutely superlative beer. I will do a top 10 of my beers, favourite beers. Well, it might take me an hour to rack my brains which is my favourite beers. But some of your all-time favourites might not be the beers that you give the all-time highest scores to. It's just because they tick your box. Some of my favourite beers I can't even get these days, which is ever so disappointing. But I'm not one to hold a grudge against certain companies. Yeah, Krabby's, Wells and Young at the time, and that's Wychwood Brewery. But we'll go down that on another trip, on another video. So this is a beer. You drink it. I mean, most of us drink beers with just necking it. This is a beer that you, like the finest of decent wines, that you drink it, you sip it, and you enjoy it. It's like a food. It's like your best steak you can get. It's not just a case about woof. It's a case of enjoying what you're drinking, taking your time, really. And I know that sounds like a twat, but I'm being honest. It is one of those. The best beers are those that you take your time to drink. A 15-minute review isn't enough. You need more. I mean, for me, to do a proper review of this, you want at least 2 bottles. Oh, yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I have to stick with 1 bottle. Oh, it's immense. So today, I've just looked on YouTube. This will be going live tonight, which is Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday. And yeah, I got the heating back on at work. God, it's nice to have a bit of heat in your life. Makes you feel better. Until it pissed it down at 3 o'clock, but that's life. Yeah, it's going live tonight. And today we've hit 380 subscribers, which is, it's great. I hope I'm bringing some unique brand of reviewing into people's lives. I'm probably very different to other people. It's not always about, I try not to swear too much because there's no need for it, but I've got my opinions, and luckily I keep a lot of my opinions under the lid, because you've got to, and you can't be too controversial in this day and age. But when it comes to beer, I know what tastes good, and this fella, it's a barnstormer of a beer. Wychwood makes some brilliant beers. The best 3 beers from Wychwood. Even that's hard. King Goblin's obviously number 1. Hobgoblin is obviously number 2. But what do you choose from? Dunkelfester, which is an awesome beer. Black Witch, which is another awesome beer. And that's my top 4 beers, I think, from Wychwood. And an amazing brewery. They do some fantastic beers that go across all the range of flavours, not just your stouts, your golden beers, but all the way across. And sign of a good brewery. Owned by Marston's, but a damn decent brewery. And a damn fine beer. I mean, I look at a lot of people who post their favourite beer. King Goblin is right at the top. Am I right? God knows. We all choose what we choose, don't we? But I know what tastes good. And this fella. To be fair, I thought it was darker than this, but with doing reviews these days, I don't tend to drink my favourite beers all that often. And obviously, with beers costing so much, it's like I'm putting nearly 30 quid a week into buying beers. I don't drink 30 quid a week of beers, but spending that a lot at the moment, so I've got a nice stockpile in the beer room. And these reviews will continue at a good pace. It helps with my anxiety. Other people do what they do, take tablets, take drugs, wow. And my thing for anxiety is a nice beer. And when it is a nice beer, it's something to behold. There's nothing better than, for me, than getting hold of a beer, especially one anyway that's decent, but getting hold of a beer and drinking it, and then discovering that beer is absolutely gobsmackingly awesome. And there are some beers out there that you look and you think, oh, pick it up, see if it's any good. And you drink it and it's wipes the floor with you. And I've had some, even over the last few weeks, I've had some, it's like, wow, where did you come from? So, new beers, love them. Although this year, I'm going to have to take some trips out. Going around the country, Sadler's is a brewery that I absolutely love. I'm not happy that they're getting shifted up to Newcastle and they're closing down the original brewery, which I think is a bad mistake, but hey, I'm in charge of the company. Fuller's makes some fantastic beers. Titanic Brewery, wow, they make some awesome beers. Obviously Wychwood do. St Peter's Brewery, it's near, because I love theme parks also, so I'm looking at, when I go to a theme park, is there a brewery nearby? And luckily enough, St Peter's is near, it's in the Norwich area, and it's near Pleasurewood Hills theme park and Great Yarmouth, it's not far away. So I think when I go down there, if we do a little weekend down there, go to the theme park, go to the beer shop, crack on with beers, get flipping out every beer that I've never tasted before, and maybe 2 or 3 bottles of the really interesting ones, and stock up and do some good reviews. Yeah, it's as good as it ever was. It's hitting me with the alcohol content, you know, and that's a good thing, because obviously I drink quite a bit, hence the bloody reviews. The reviews are 18 months, that's like 500 days, that's 2 reviews a night basically. So wow. And yet some nights I don't do any reviews and some nights I do 5. Naughty. So, mahogany colour, off-white head, on the nose, dried fruits, a bit of chocolate, a little bit of coffee, same on the taste, but there's more to it than than just that. A very good complex beer with a very good strength, and a beer that bridges the gap between both the stronger beer lovers and those who don't like it so strong. You know, it might be right at the top of some people's scale, but it's well worth trying. If you love Goblin, it's his bigger brother. Gotta be worth trying. So out of 5, I still think it's the king. I've tasted some fantastic beers over the last year. I don't think it's as far in front of anything else that I've tasted than it used to be. It used to be way in front, but these days there's obviously a lot of good beers out there, and as I expand my horizons and try new beers, it is obviously right at the top. But there are beers that are really close. For me, 4.69 out of 5. Oof. Will any beer get a 5 out of 5? I doubt it, but that's a classic. Right, I'm going to sit down now because I feel knackered and off-tanked. Thanks for watching, thanks everybody for subscribing, and here's to the next 1,000 reviews. Cheers.